All right, hello everyone. How are you? Good to see you. This is Kay. Thank you very much for joining today's live stream. Today is the 29th of September on Sunday, so I will be doing the weekly forecast. So I have selected a few pairs to explain today. So let me start the analysis. So before starting, just a reminder that there will be a GTS group in October which starts next week, next Sunday, and there are still 2 seats available. So if you're interested, please let me know by email. You can find the details of the GTS through the below description. Okay, and let me quickly say hi to everyone and start the analysis today. All right, Tony Gold, good to see you, and Sunil, thank you for joining. Charles, good to see you too, and Win, good to see you too, thank you for joining. Robert, good to see you too, and Trav, Ezer, good to see you. Hinata, good to see you too, and Vic, thank you for joining. Anthony, thank you very much for joining too, and Hafa, good to see you too, thank you very much for joining. So now let me start the analysis. So first, let me switch screen to TradingView. Now I think you see this welcome to Kay's YouTube channel in the screen. So let me switch the screen to TradingView. Okay. So today I mainly selected EURUSD and Pound JPY and Pound CAD. And for the rest of the pairs I analyze tomorrow or Monday to the members, KTS Academy and also GTS members. So for today, let me focus on these 3 pairs. Again, EURUSD, Pound JPY, and Pound CAD. And if time allows, I will check other pairs as well. So first, starting from the EURUSD, first let me get to weekly time frame. So every time I analyze the markets, I check the higher time frames first. I always do top-down analysis. I never start checking from the lower time frames. So first, I check the weekly time frame. And the reason why I check the weekly time frame every weekend and Mondays is because that's when the weekly candlestick closes. And weekly candlestick opens tomorrow, Monday. So let's say when you see some signs or trends on the weekly time frame, then most likely that pair trends or the pair has any significant moves based on the weekly time frame. If not, then I check the daily or the lower time frames. So regarding that, when you look at the EURUSD weekly time frame, the price is now above the Tenkan-sen. The blue line is called the Tenkan-sen, and the green line is called the Kijun-sen, and the Kumo area, the area between Senko span B and Senko span A is called Kumo, the gray area. So the price at the moment is above Tenkan-sen, above Kijun-sen, above Kumo. And yellow line is called Chikou span. This one is called the Chikou span or lagging span because it's lagging 26 candles. So Chikou span is at the moment above the candlesticks. So basically this is a bullish market to me. It's bullish. And this is near the resistance level of the weekly and the daily time frames. Weekly time frame resistances up here on 1.1281 and the daily resistance is 1.1200. So there's an area between the daily and the weekly resistance here. So once the market breaks the daily resistance this week, then most likely the market goes up to the weekly resistance and it may break bullish because this resistance is only one touch and this is not really strong. So I expect the market goes up continuously within this week. And once it does, I follow bullish trend. So I enter trade and keep holding the trade until it goes range based on the weekly or the daily 4-hour time frames. So that's one thing I wanted to mention today. in terms of the weekly perspective. And also, if you look at the price action, I do look at the price action too. In terms of the price action, it's bullish too, because the lows are higher. So here's swing low on the week of the 2nd of October last year. And starting from here, the lows are higher and higher. And recently, the market was supported by Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, and went up bullish. So since lows are getting higher, and also highs getting higher too, it's bullish trend. Right? This is basic price action theory. It's bullish. So from Ichimoku perspective, it's bullish, and price action wise, it's bullish too. So I look for buying opportunities on Euro USD. In this case, I never look for selling opportunities. Always look for buying opportunities to follow the major trend direction. Okay, hello Yvonne and Chen, good to see you, and Josh, good to see you too, and YB, thanks for joining as well, and everyone, great to see you today. So Euro USD is near the resistance of the daily, weekly time frames, and to me, it's about to break the resistance level. So far, I don't see any sign of the reverse, so I continue to look for buying opportunities on Euro USD. So that's a weekly perspective. So I will go down to the lower time frames now, to the daily time frames. With this, keep in mind, if I check the daily time frame, then what the daily time frame shows is also bullish, simply because the price is above the Tenkan-sen, above Kijun-sen, above Kumo. And Kumo has been thicker and bigger. Here, Kumo shape becomes really important. In the past, you see the Kumo was really thin here, or even here was more thinner. The Kumo was much more thinner. Usually when you see the thin Kumo, then the market tends to retrace. Not always, but market tends to retrace or tends to consolidate. So if I quickly bar replay, this is about the Kumo shape, which is important, I think, to mention. So if I just do bar replay and you see the Kumo shape like this, for example, when I see the Kumo shape thin like this, then I will never say I'm looking for buying opportunities on this one, because most likely the market will be resisted on the resistance level here and retrace, right? When the Kumo is thin. But when the Kumo is thicker and bigger, then it tends to break and goes bullish towards a major direction. So this is about the Kumo shape. In fact, in this case, after the Kumo thin like this, market retraced, consolidated. And as it consolidates, the Kumo becomes thicker and bigger. So once the Kumo itself turns bullish again, then the market tends to go up more stably and breaks the resistances. So this is really powerful strategy of Ichimoku by the Kumo shape itself. So if you haven't checked the Kumo shape yet before, then from tomorrow, I recommend you to check. So as Kumo shape gets thicker and bigger now than before, so then the market breaks the resistance, and as it does, the Kumo becomes bullish too. And it continues the trend like this way. It breaks the resistance. It all because of the Kumo shape here. So, and again, as the market goes up and up, the Kumo shape become a bit thinner too here. And eventually the market retraces like this. It breaks the Tenkan-sen. When the market breaks Tenkan-sen, then it may go down to Kijun-sen. Sometimes it doesn't reach. In this case, let's see. Yeah, the market touched the Kijun-sen like this, and then Kumo becomes flat at this moment, thick but flat. So once the Kumo start to be bullish again, then that will be a great buying opportunities to trade. So here Kumo turns become a bit bullish now, and now Kumo is becoming bullish. So this is where the price is at right now, right? So again, when the Kumo thin, the market tends to retrace. Here also Kumo thinner, so the market retraced. But here now the Kumo thicker and bigger, as you can see. So that's why I'm expecting the price to break the resistance and continues bullish this way. In this logics behind. So if the market breaks the daily resistance of 1.12, that's one of the greatest opportunity to buy. And you can expect the price breaks the weekly resistance and continues bullish. So one thing you have to keep in mind in this case is the Chikou span. When Chikou span is touching like this, then simply that means the market is still range. Although the price is above the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, Kumo, when Chikou span touching its range, simply speaking. There's actually more deeper explanation, but here in this weekly forecast, I just want to simplify the explanation. So when Chikou span touching its range, so until the Chikou span comes above the candles, the market may retrace or range, consolidate here. So let's wait until the daily Chikou span comes above the candlesticks to buy. Chikou span may come above the candlesticks once the market breaks the resistance, like in these two arrows. This is one of the cases where Chikou span comes above the candles, right? And there's another case that Chikou span comes above the candles. And can you tell which case it is? It's not always the market breaks the resistance when Chikou span comes above the candles. I think I mentioned this in one of the Ichimoku videos, part 1 to 5 series, but just to remind for everyone, because what's unique about Ichimoku is that even if the price level doesn't change, the situation changes. Situation means the equilibrium between buyers and sellers do change, although the price doesn't change. And that's something that Ichimoku also is looking at. So just tell you the answer here now. Chikou span becomes above the candles when it goes sideways, right? When Chikou span goes sideways, then it also becomes above the candles. So even if the market doesn't break the resistance, when Chikou span becomes above the candles, then the price may move bullish, and this may be the sign of the breakout here. So you will exactly know in what days the Chikou span becomes above the candles without breaking the resistance. Chikou span is now here. Hold on, let me see. Chikou span is kind of covered by the candle. So let me cancel the candlesticks. Let me hide the candlesticks. Okay, so when I hide the candlesticks, then Chikou span is at the moment here. Okay, and let me pop up the candlesticks again. Then you see Chikou span here. So if the market doesn't break the resistance, then when Chikou span comes above the candle is in, this is Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So Thursday and Friday, the Chikou span becomes above the candles without breaking the resistance. So then either Thursday or Friday, or even next week, Monday, Tuesday, it breaks the resistance. So that's something that you can really tell from Chikou span perspective. And it does break because the Kumo shape is much thicker than before now. Okay, so this is the perspective from a Chikou span viewpoint that I wanted to mention today on one of these analyses. So far it's been about the Ichimoku analysis, but then also you can check the price action analysis. So in terms of the price action, the price has been up, and the lows are getting higher and higher. So the price has been supported by the candlesticks, and also the price has been supported by the trend line. So at the moment, here is the low, and another low here too, another lows here too, and it has been supported. So, and also if you look at the highs are on the same level. So once the market touched the high, it retraced. Then price was supported by the trend line, then went up, then resisted and go down again. Then now it's been resisted. So what most likely is going to happen is that if the market doesn't break the resistance soon, then the market touches the trend line as it goes sideways, because there is not much space here between the candles and the trend line. So the candlestick touches the trend line, and then the market breaks the resistance. By then, the Chikou span will be above the candles. You can actually count exactly how many candles it touches the trend line. So here, if the market goes sideways again, then in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days or so, then the candlestick will touch the trend line and then goes bullish. So 6 days from Chikou span viewpoint will be from here, so it'll be here too. So yeah, around Monday, next Monday, I mean Monday on the 7th of October, or even Friday, 4th of October. So in between 3rd to 7th of October, the market touches the trend line as well. And then once the market touches there, it will be most likely supported by the trend line, then breaks in bullish this way. And again, Chikou span will be above the candles, and then that can be the sign of the bullishness. So overall, it's bullish to me in this perspective. So that's the analysis on Euro USD. So based on this logics behind, I continue to look for the buying opportunities. But in case if the market breaks the trend line bearish, then I won't trade. I'm not going to buy anymore, because most likely after that the market becomes range, or it may retrace and becomes choppy. Especially when the market comes within the Kumo, then it becomes really choppy. So it won't be a good opportunity for me to trade anymore. So I will go ahead and check some other pairs to monitor and trade. So again, I'm waiting for the market to break the resistance. Even before the breakout, I can see lots of signs for the breakout, like I mentioned today. So let's see how it goes. So that's my perspective on Euro USD. Okay, and this was the daily perspective. So just in case, if I just check the 4-hour time frame as well, 4 hour is now completely range. The future Kumo is flat. The price is below Tenkan-sen. Tenkan-sen is above the Kijun-sen. And the Chikou span is very close to candles. And overall, it has been becoming a bit choppy now. It was towards the end of Friday, so the market was closed with a choppiness like this. So yeah, from here I think most likely the market breaks the resistance or goes sideways and goes up like this. So yeah, let's see how it plays out next week. I mean from tomorrow. Just for the heads up, this coming week we have so many big news because this is the new week of the month. So we have lots of big news So one of these big news may affect this market and push the market up and breaks the resistance as well. So once the market breaks the daily resistance, then the initial target is going to be the weekly resistance, which is 1.1281, and we have a room of about 79 pips or 80 pips to trade. Then there is also a possibility that the market breaks the weekly resistance and continues bullish this way direction. Okay, so yeah, that's the Euro USD analysis. So far so good. I hope it makes sense to you based on this Ichimoku and the price action in multiple time frames analysis. So next one I would like to mention today is the pound JPY. So pound JPY, this is now about to be bearish. Starting from the weekly perspective here, the price is below the Kijun Sen. So whenever the price is below Kijun Sen, it tends to touch Kijun Sen. And last week, it touched and broke the Kijun Sen once, then now closed with the bearish bar. So this is, you can clearly see that the market was resisted by the weekly Kijun Sen, which was on 194.08. So since there was a bearish bar, I think from here the price goes bearish this way. From this weekly perspective on pound JPY. Chikou span touching still, so when Chikou span also comes below the candles this week, then from next week onwards will be bearish too. But then there will be a Kumo, so I think the market becomes a bit choppy after this. But we will see. In the short term, it's bearish to me. So then, if I check the daily time frame with that perspective, the daily time frame is now showing range. The Kumo is now becoming thinner and thinner. You can see that this is a bearish Kumo. It's a bearish Kumo, so Senko span B is upper line and Senko span A is the lower line, right? So you can see that the Senko span B is going down, Senko span A is going up, and Senko span A is going up because both Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen are up. But Senko span B is down. So what this means is that Senko span B represents the long-term market participants, and Senko span A represents the middle-term to short-term market participants. So long-term participants are selling the market, bearish perspective, but middle to short-term traders are bullish perspective as Senko span A is up. So this is where the fight between the long-term sellers, short-term and mid-term buyers fight. So this is a daily time frame again. So last Friday seems like sellers won the market and the market went down and touching the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. And also Chikou span is closing at the candlestick. So what's going to happen next most likely is going to be that since weekly has been resisted by the Kijun-sen, if the market closes below Tenkan Kijun-sen on the daily time frame, and also when it does, then Chikou span closes below the candles too, and then the market goes bearish this way. So far it has been bullish in terms of the price theory, but from here the market can go down. So that's the GBPJPY analysis. But again, we have to wait until the price closes below Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. Then the sellers in the long term follow, and the market goes bearish this way. So, and in fact, the market was resisted by this weekly Kijun-sen exactly on the last Friday. So this may be the start of the new downtrend. So we will see how it goes on this one. And then also, if I just quickly analyze based on the 4-hour perspective, 4-hour is now showing Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen dead cross and Chikou span breakout. So when the price breaks the Senko span B, this one is called Saiko Gyakuten signal, and the market becomes bearish. Market turns bearish from the 4-hour perspective. So that means if the market breaks the Senko span B level in the 4-hour of 188.50, then most likely the market goes down this week. So you can set the alert below 188.50, and once it triggers, you check the charts, and when you see it seems to be downtrending and breaks the Kumo, then that will be a good chance to sell. So that's a 4-hour perspective. Again, if you look at the daily time frame with that in mind, then after the breakout of this Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, on the daily time frame, then once the market breaks the 4-hour Kumo, Senko span B here, then it tends to be bearish more. Once the market goes down, the target is going to be the daily support, the swing low on the daily time frame, which is, or which was, on around 183.77, and we can expect around 200 pips of room to trade. So again, I am looking for selling opportunity on this one now. So let me just draw the line like this way. Yeah, sorry, it was actually 470 pips or so from the 4-hour Senko span B Kumo breakout. So once the market starts to go bearish, then I think this is going to be a great opportunity to sell. So that's pound JPY. So this is not only JPY, pound JPY, but also other JPY pairs. Is that the JPY pairs has been quite active these days and very volatile. So you may be able to get lots of pips on this one. Even on Friday itself, right, it went down like 400 pips, which was quite huge. So you may be able to get lots of pips, but at the same time, you may lose big too on JPY pairs recently. So with that, keep in mind, always do the risk management in every single trade, then you should be fine. Okay, so the next one I would like to explain today was the pound CAD. Okay, so here is pound CAD. This one is also the pair I mentioned last week on the weekly forecast, but I said that this is bullish, and last week closed with the doji candlestick, right? So this is bullish clearly because again the price is above the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, Kumo, and Chikou span above the candles. So this is bullish, and also it's not overbought. This one is not overbought because the Kumo has been thicker and bigger still. The Kumo shape is not too small. So I think the market grows continuously until it reaches 1.8418. And we have a room of about 362 pips to trade. So pound CAD I think is going to be one of the good pairs to trade this week. Since last week continuously, this week I think it's going to be bullish too. So that's the weekly perspective, especially the breakout of 1.7869 was quite strong 2 weeks ago. So last week was consolidating, and this week may be bullish again. So then if you look at the daily time frame with that in mind, so here's a daily time frame. Daily time frame also shows it's bullish because the Kumo is getting thicker and bigger again, and the price is above Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, Kumo, and Chikou span above the candles too. And the market was supported by the Tenkan-sen. So most likely from here, I think the market grows bullish. So Pound CAD also looks very nice to trade this week. So yeah, these are the analysis, Forex analysis I wanted to do today mainly. So for the rest of the pairs, I do deeper analyze on Mondays at the KTS Academy or the GTS members. So for now, let me move on to the other markets I wanted to touch today, which are gold and also Dow Jones and then also Bitcoin. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for joining everyone. Good to see you. I see lots of viewers, lots of comments today. So thank you very much for joining today too. Okay, let me say hi again to everyone. Wick John, good to see you. Japan View, thank you for joining. And also Om, good to see you too. Oh yeah, in terms of the membership access, let me reply email to you. Then I will guide you how to do it. Okay, Neville, good to see you. The Candlestick Trader, good to see you too. All right. Okay, Babak, good to see you too. Ichimoku Trader, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Okay. Babak says, please teach about strange mode of gold. Do you think what level will be the deepest pullback before reaching to round number of 2700? So yeah, let me move on to gold analysis for now. So let me go to commodity and XAUUSD. Okay, before that, let me switch to the weekly time frame and then commodity and gold. Okay, in terms of gold, I have been saying that this is bullish for the last couple of weeks, and my analysis remained the same. It's bullish still. There's no retracement. I mean, no sign of a retracement. So I think the price reaches 2700 within this week or next week. Then it consolidates or retrace. So because the Kumo shape is getting thicker and bigger, so the Senko span A is up, Senko span B is also up, and Chikou span is above the candles too, and Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen are up, and the price above the lines, right? So weekly time frame, if you take out the Ichimoku and if you only look at the candlesticks, then if you only check the market like this, then you may think it's overbought. It's too much bullish, and you may think that the market retraces. But if you know about Ichimoku, then you know this is not overbought. Before, when the Kumo was thin like this, then I never say that you can buy because it's overbought, so the market retraces. But now the Kumo is getting thicker, bigger still, so most likely I think the market reaches 2700 as a target. There's no sign of the retracement for now. So that's a weekly perspective, but I see a wick pointing up on the weekly candlestick. So let's see how the wick was formed in the lower time frames. I'm talking about the wick on the weekly time frame. If you only look at the weekly time frame, then you don't know, you cannot really tell how the wick was formed in the lower time frames. sometimes you see the wick, but in the lower time frames, it may be double top, it may be head and shoulders, or it may be V wave, right? The wick part, or it may be triple top. So you will see lots of patterns on the wick itself, on the weekly time frame. So let's get down to the daily time frame first and see how it's playing out. Okay, so here is the daily time frame, and the daily time frame shows the price above the Kumo, Tenkan Kijun Sen, Chikou span above candle, so it's bullish, and there's no sign of retracement yet. I mean, there's no double top, there's no head and the shoulders, there's no inside of breakout bearish, there's no bearish signals in terms of the candlesticks. So if you look at the history of the market in the daily time frame, it has been supported by the Tenkan Sen. So this week, the market may first retrace the daily Tenkan Sen, which is 2618.35, then bounce and goes up to 2700. This scenario is possible. However, in terms of the daily time frame also, this one is not overbought because the Kumo is getting thicker and bigger. So I think the trend continues. Retracements may do happen, but overall it's bullish to me. Okay, so that's the daily time frame, right? So, and then if you look at it also in the 4-hour time frame, 4 hour is now on the Kijun Sen. Yeah, 4 hour is now on the Kijun Sen, and the Kumo is now flat. Senko span A is flat, Senko span B is flat. The Kumo itself is still thick, so I think the market goes up from here, but the Kumo is now flat, right? So that means if the 4-hour candlestick closes below the Kijun Sen this week, then most likely the market goes down to the daily Tenkan Sen or the 4-hour Kumo. Most likely it happens. Then this is kind of like a correction. Then it goes up again to 2700. However, if the market doesn't break the 4-hour Kijun Sen, then it stays above the Kijun Sen and the market simply goes up and reaches 2700. So I think here the key is whether the price breaks the 4-hour Kijun Sen or not. And at the moment, Kijun Sen angle is bullish. Again, if I hide the candlesticks, then you can see that the Kijun Sen, the green Kijun Sen angle is at the moment bullish. So then the price is now on the Kijun Sen. So in this case, most likely the price will be supported by the Kijun Sen and goes up. So yeah, let's see how it plays out. Again, if the market breaks the Kijun Sen bearish in the 4-hour time frame, then it may be bearish trend. Okay. So that's the analysis based on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, and also let's see. Neville says about the 30-minute time frame, so let me check that one too. So 30-minute time frame is now showing it's this is a bearish trend. So the price is below the Kijun Sen and the Chikou span is also below the Kijun Sen. So yeah, in terms of 30-minute time frame, I can see that there was a resistance level here. There were multiple touches on 2658.43 or 44. So this time the market may be resisted and goes down. So if the market doesn't break 2658.44, then I think it goes down to the daily Tenkan-sen, then bounce and goes up, right? However, if the market breaks the Kijun-sen bullish this week or on Monday even, closes like this, then it may go bullish too. First, I think the market will be resisted by the Kumo, goes bearish, and test the previous resistances, then goes up too. So, yeah, so that means we cannot trade on Monday. I think we better check the Monday condition and see which way the market wants to go. So, and even if the market doesn't break the Kijun-sen, instead to go bearish, you don't want to sell. Because most likely, I draw one simple line like this way, but most likely the market becomes very choppy on the way down. It may be like this and choppy, goes up and down, some fake breakouts, then go down too. So I think the market becomes very choppy, so you won't be able to trade if it goes down. However, if it goes up, then I think it heads towards 2700, so there's a good chance to buy still. So yeah, gold simply is now bullish according to, again, the weekly perspective, and we check that the wick over here based on the lower time frames today. So this is one of the reasons why I do the multiple time frame analysis. We cannot see how the wick was formed, but by looking at the lower time frames, you can kind of like micro-analyze the lower time frame situations, and you can get the details of exactly how the market's moving according to Ichimoku 5 lines, and then once you know exactly how it's moving, then you know what to do. You know exactly what scenarios to take to trade. Okay, so that's the gold analysis. Okay. Oh, I have one question about the gold from Sim Fonja. He says, you mentioned that you trade also with gold. Do you also use KTS for gold? Yes, I do. What is your pips for stop loss for gold? I think 30 pips is too small. I think at least you want to have 50 pips of stop loss, because gold is much more volatile than Forex pairs. You want to have bigger stop loss than Forex. Yes, but my risk management remains the same. I risk 2% to stop loss, and that remains the same. Okay, so now let me analyze one of the US indices, which is Dow Jones today. So I go down to index, and I go to Dow Jones. So Dow Jones has been bullish now. Again, this is a weekly time frame. And again, right, basic things. Kumo is bullish, and Kumo shape is not too thin. So whenever I see the Kumo shape not too thin, I say this is bullish, right? So the market is about almost breaking 42,000, and now it's heading towards the 43,000. So that's bullish trend. And the price is also above the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, and the Chikou span above the candles. So buyers dominant the market. Equilibrium is on the buyer side, not the seller side. So in this case, you simply follow a bullish trend. At least until the market breaks the Tenkan-sen, it's bullish. And you can see that these two yellow lines, and these are called the forecast lines, like the weather forecast lines. So I mentioned about the forecast lines in the past videos, so maybe you can check, but simply whenever the prices are above the forecast lines, it's bullish. Sometimes these lines work as the resistance or the retracement, but this time it broke the lines and now it's going up. So simply it's bullish now. I do talk about more details about the forecast lines in the KTS Academy. So if you're interested, please feel free to join. So again, Dow Jones is at the moment bullish. And then also, I know a lot of people are from India here. So let me also do Nifty analysis. So here is a Nifty chart on the weekly time frame. And I think I mentioned on Nifty chart a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last week I mentioned also, that this is bullish. Again, the target was 26,000 and it reached there this week. I mean last week, sorry. So this week, since it's renewing higher, and again, if you look at the Kumo shape, this one is not too thin. Kumo is not too thin, and the price above the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, Chikou span above the candles, it's bullish. This one also is not overbought. So once the market breaks, it broke the 26,000, the next target is going to be 27,000. So as long as Kumo shape is thick and bigger like this, the price I think is going to be reaching 27,000. Yeah, recently I got lots of emails that Indian traders are making nice profits on Nifty chart based on analysis, and I'm so happy to see these emails. So this is the power of the trend follow too. You simply follow the trends whenever it's happening, and you don't get bias. Even when you see this market again without Ichimoku, then you may think that this is overbought and the retracement should happen anytime soon. But again, as long as Kumo shape is thicker and bigger, this is still safe to buy. But of course, with the risk management, don't simply buy because it's bullish. Always under the risk management, you do this like this. Okay, so again, the next target is 27,000. Okay, so that's the Nifty analysis. Okay, so finally, let me analyze Bitcoin, BTCUSD, since I know lots of you also trade cryptos. For me, I don't trade cryptos, but just for your information. So here is the BTCUSD. Last week closed with a bullish bar, but then still this is within the descending channel. So once the market touches the descending trend line, I think the price starts to go down again. And Chikou span is at the moment touching. So this is completely range. The Kumo shape, Senko span A is flat, Senko span B is flat, Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen both flat also. And there was a Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen dead cross above the Kumo. So it's basically range. And I don't really see the sign of the bullishness yet. So at this moment, the best choice is to stay away, not to trade until you see the next sign for the bullishness. So that was BTC-USD analysis. So okay, so now let me review the news for this coming week. Since this is the first week of the month, we have lots of big news. We are going towards the month of October now. Okay, so here is the news website, and let me just adjust it a little bit like to the right side, and I will zoom in the chart, zoom in this website like this. I think this is too big. Hold on, let me see. If I scroll down, I think this is too big. Hold on, let me adjust it a little bit. Okay, and then to the right so that you can see all the information like this. Okay, so let me change it to this week from the 30th Monday until the 5th or 4th of Friday, and click apply. Then you get all the news this week. So Monday the 30th, hold on, let me cancel this one. The 30th Monday, let's see, we have GDP in UK, and also CPI in Germany, and also Powell speech in the US. And technically Tuesday morning in Asian session, there will be Tankan in Japan, and also retail sales in Australia, and also CPI, core CPI in Euro. This is going to be impacting a lot, so you have to be careful on Euro news on Tuesday. And ISM PMI in the US, this is also very important. And Wednesday, the October 2nd, we have ADP employment change. It's going to be impacting too. You need to be really careful on this one. And also Thursday the 3rd, we have trade balance in Australia, and CPI in Switzerland, and also BOE's monetary policy report in UK, and services PMI in the US too. And Friday, of course, we have non-farm payrolls in the US. And that's it. So every day we have lots of big news this week, so be careful. Every time you see the big news, before the big news, never take any trades. Ideally speaking, you want to set the stop loss, the break even before news, then you should be safe. Otherwise, I recommend you to stay away, because these news can affect the markets towards any directions. I think, and also news can violate any sorts of signals, Ichimoku signals. So one news can change the whole market direction. So technical doesn't really work in terms of the fundamental perspective. So that's why I recommend everyone to stay away from the market whenever there's a big news coming up soon. So this was the analysis among the markets. So again, coming back to Forex, I know some of you are newly joining here today. So coming back to the Forex pairs, I think EURUSD is looking good as it's about to break the resistances. And also Pound CAD is continuously bullish, and it's heading towards 1.8418 level. And for the rest of the pairs analysis, I do this on Mondays at KTS Academy and GTS members. So now let me check some other comments. I have a few minutes until I finish the live today. Again, thank you very much for joining today. I hope you're having a great weekend this week. All right. Okay. Symphonija says, thank you, Kay. And also main and confirmation periods are the same for gold. Yes, same for gold for confirmation time frames as per KTS. Yes, Neville says the baseline and conversion line give a support or resistance area. When price closes above the high and low in the past move, but the Kumo shows support or resistance from the same straight point, it's a divergence. Right, that's true. So yeah, they work as support and the resistances. And it's really important to remember too. Yeah, okay. Where to buy on the pullbacks in Nifty? Yeah, Nifty chart is not really showing the pullback, right? So let me double check again. So from the weekly perspective, there's no pullbacks, but there will be pullback in the lower time frame perspectives. So let me see how it's gonna happen. Let me check the 1 hour time frame. Okay, 1 hour is now retracing. So after the breakout of 26,000 in terms of 1 hour perspective, it's now consolidating. So if the market breaks the Tenkan-sen in 1 hour perspective, then it goes down to the Kijun-sen, right? Kijun-sen, and then bounce and goes up. So that will be one of the good buying opportunities if that happens this week. So again, this is multiple time frame analysis. So if you're not familiar, then you can simply follow the weekly trend until it breaks Tenkan-sen. But if you prefer to enter more specific timings on the pullback or pushbacks, then you can check the lower time frames and look for the opportunities like this way. Okay, Om says, I used the FX Street download calendar function to add the economy news to my personal calendar and it helps me a lot now. Oh, that's great, that's great. Oh, you downloaded the calendar, that's great. Yeah, and also you can refer to the news in TradingView too. Yeah, both ways it works. You can also put the alert on this on the calendar. You can actually go to all the way to the top, and hold on, let me see, to top, and there is, I think, the yeah, here if you click on this setting like a gear mark, then there is a sound alert. If you put the sound alert on, then every time the news happens, then it makes sounds for you from the PC. So you know exactly what news is coming up by doing this. For me, I mute it because I don't like the sound pop up. So I simply manually check charts, manually check the news, and see what's going to happen next. Okay. Hello, Elio. Thanks for joining. Good to see you. You're welcome. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I know Testa. Yes, I know. Yeah, I will be doing the video about some other yes, traders in Japan. Please look forward to the video series again for Japanese traders. Okay. All right, Japan View, good to see you. Thank you for joining. All right. BB Gaming, yes, I already did analysis on Bitcoin. It's range now, basically, no trend. So I think for now I finished the live stream, but thank you very much for joining again today. I hope you're having a great rest of your weekend, and let's see if I can capture some nice pips this week again. So thank you very much, and until I see you next time, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. Bye for now. Mata ne. Thank you very much.